Welcome to the magical world of Jack's bedtime adventures. Jack is an 8-year-old boy with a curious heart and a backpack full of kindness. Every evening, just before bed, something amazing happens. A gentle call from the forest, a shimmer of light in the distance, or a whisper on the wind leads Jack into a world filled with talking creatures, forgotten magic, and friendships that sparkle like stars. Each story brings a new magical friend, a gentle lesson, and just the right touch of wonder to drift off to sleep. Let's begin. It was a rainy evening, the kind where the windows fog up and everything outside looks like it's been painted in soft blues and greys. Jack was in his pajamas, sitting by the window, listening to the soft patter of rain on the glass. His dog Bobo was curled up at his feet, snoring gently. Grandma was visiting this week, and tonight she had prepared something special. On a small wooden tray, she brought up a teapot, a little honey jar, and 2 mismatched teacups, one of them painted with tiny golden stars. "This one," she said, placing the starlit cup in front of Jack, "is for dreamers." Jack smiled. "That's me." As he poured his tea and stirred in a drop of honey, the room filled with the sweet scent of chamomile and orange blossom. He held the cup in both hands and leaned closer. And that's when he saw it. Right in the middle of the steam rising from the cup, something sparkled. The steam twisted, shimmered, and sneezed. Jack blinked. A tiny golden dragon, no taller than a spoon, popped out of the cup, rubbing its nose. Its scales glimmered like warm light, and wisps of steam curled from its tiny nostrils. "Bless you," Jack said slowly. The dragon blinked, surprised. "Oh no," it squeaked. "You can see me?" Jack nodded. "I think so." The dragon sat down on the rim of the teacup, its tail trailing inside. "I thought I was still invisible. That's usually how this works." Jack leaned closer. "What are you?" "I'm a teacup dragon, of course," it said, puffing itself up with pride. "I help tea stay warm, dreams stay soft, and imaginations stay open. But usually no one sees me. That's the rule." Jack tilted his head. "Well, I think I must have broken it." The dragon sighed. "Too late now. My name's Pib. I was supposed to hatch in the spring during a festival steeping, but someone left the lid on the teapot too long, and I've been stuck snoozing in steam ever since." Jack giggled. "You live in tea." "I was tea," Pib said dramatically, "until just now. But now I've finally hatched, and I have no idea what I'm doing." Jack put the cup down gently. "Want some help figuring it out?" Pib looked at him. "You do that?" "Of course," Jack said. "I'm good at figuring things out, and I love dragons." Pib fluttered his tiny wings. "Okay then, let's begin with a flight test." Jack held out his hand like a runway. Pib crawled up onto it, took a deep breath, and leapt into the air, only to spin sideways and tumble into a honey jar. "Oops," he said, wings dripping. "Maybe we'll start with something else." "How about fire?" Jack suggested. Pib puffed his cheeks, narrowed his eyes, and let out the tiniest flicker of a flame. It tickled the edge of a sugar cube, but didn't even burn it. Jack clapped. "That's a great start." Pib slumped onto the saucer. "I'm never going to be a real dragon. I'm too small, too sneezy, too teacuppy." Jack thought for a moment. Then he said, "Do you know what real dragons do?" Pib looked up. "What?" "They show up," Jack said, "even when they're scared, even when they're small." Pib blinked. "Really?" "Really," Jack said. The dragon sat very still. Then he stood, flapped his wings, and hovered in place, just an inch off the saucer. He circled the teacup once, twice, then landed with a triumphant puff of steam. "I did it," he shouted. "You did," Jack grinned. Pib looked out the window. The rain had slowed to a whisper, and the stars had come out. "Jack, yeah, I think I'm ready to leave the cup." Jack blinked. "You're sure?" Pib nodded. "There's a whole world out there. Forests, libraries, bakeries, so many kettles to visit." He fluttered back onto the rim of the cup. "But I'll miss this one. It was the first place I felt real." Jack picked up the cup, careful not to spill. "Then take something with you to remember it." Pib reached behind his neck and plucked a tiny golden scale. "This is for you," he said. "It's a lucky scale. Tuck it under your pillow, and it will keep your dreams warm and brave." Jack held it gently. It shimmered in the lamplight like a miniature flame. "Thank you." Pib nodded. "And if you ever need me, just whisper into your tea." Then, with one final spin, the Teacup Dragon soared out the open window, leaving behind a trail of sparkle, steam, and the softest hum of magic. That night, as Jack curled under his blanket, he slid the scale beneath his pillow. It was still warm. And somehow, he knew his dreams would be too.